webinar. I extend my for coming in and for sparing your valuable time to be with us this evening and to share your thoughts and ideas with each and every one of us present today. Now, Dr. Moorthi is the CEO and the founder of Team Coach International, a learning and development solution provider, and has engaged with participants and individuals across 12 countries on various aspects of leadership, team development, and performance coaching. He has also authored a book, Coaching with RESPECT, and is currently the global president for the International Association Coaching. Now, this current pandemic has tested us and has tested the resilience of the human spirit. And while we as a human race are trying our best to come together, to work together, Dr. Moorthi, your experience in coaching and facilitating leadership and team development could not come at a more appropriate time. So without much further ado, may I now invite you to address our participants.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you again. What else can I say? I'm so sorry, and my apologies. And I think Captain Jose will, after this, will put me on extra duty or will put me on charge for being late. And Sunny. so as a gift, I'm going to give you my whole PowerPoint slide deck. So all of you, I can give it to Sunny, and you can have the whole slide deck. And I always say in my program, although you can see the words copyright there, what actually it means is you got the right to copy. All right. So use it wherever you want and share it with anyone you want. And of course, get in touch with Sunny and my partner in India, Captain Jose, and we can always share more than this. Yeah, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. I heard what Captain Jose was saying about leadership, and one of the words that I just caught is relationship. Relationships create a culture. Relationships create culture, and in your leadership toolkit and the gems that Captain Josh shared with you, all those are part of your leadership toolkit. And what I'm going to share with you today is a tool called coaching. We have all heard about this tool, about this tool, and we have got different perception of the word coaching. Now, I'm going to share. I'm going to share with you from the perspective of leaders. As far as I am concerned, all educators are leaders. And educational leadership, because one of my PhD supervisor, not my PhD supervisor was Professor Emeritus Ibrahim, who's got his PhD from Harvard. He is an educational leader. He is one of the advisors for the Malaysian government on education. And I learn a lot. I'm also a member of the Malaysian Educational Leadership Association. So, and my family itself, they're all teachers and lecturers. So the only thing, I went into the army and I became an instructor as well. So what I find is there's no difference in your role as a leader in organization, in schools, in colleges, in universities. I have been doing a lot of programs for a few private universities and government universities in the country, and one in Switzerland, Lugano University in Switzerland, talking to them about coaching as well. And I find there is no difference between using this tool in corporate or in an educational institution. Professors and professors will love this because why? They use this a lot in supervising their PhD students and their master students. They said that after learning coaching tool, their supervisory skills improve. So that will be interesting for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share how we can use it, but most importantly is the questions that will come from the Sunny. They will be sending you the questions, Sunny. Yeah. Are they? Yeah, I'm open to answering questions, right? Okay. So
recording the questions, right?
Sorry.
The moderator will be handling the questions. Yeah.
Great. So let me go through it first, and then I'll open it up for questions. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share with you my slide. Can you see my slides now? Can you see my slides?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Okay. So why coaching? Why now? Why now? So what we have seen here is coaching actually is a tool to enable and support employee engagement. As far as in your college or universities as educational leaders, you have got, okay, you have got your people that you lead. Coaching is a tool to empower a culture of inclusiveness. Coaching helps us to build trust and respect. There was a shift in perception recently, maybe about 10 years ago in this region, that coaching is not something for problems. Coaching is not only for problems. Coaching is not from sports. I'll share with you where the word coaching comes from. Okay, there's a shift. So people are saying, wow, this is working. If you Google coaching and the for educators, you get a lot of research paper. Now that shows, I'm a member of Institute of Coaching, McLean Hospital in Harvard University. They do a lot of research in these areas. It came out from positive psychology. Now, one more thing is, it is evidence-based practice. A lot of research and studies have been done. So, and why now? And why now? It's because of this topic called VUCA. I'm not sure whether you have heard this terminology. VUCA is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. Everything is going very, very fast. Nothing is certain. Things are so complex and nothing is clear. This was created by an American general during the Cold War and during the Middle East, Afghan campaign and Iran-Iraq campaign. They had all these wonderful strategies, but did not work because of and the general said, this is a VUCA environment. And if you want to know what is VUCA, we are currently experiencing now with the COVID. We are experiencing the VUCA environment right now. And John Merce, one of the thought leaders in leadership, he said, volatility, how do you overcome that? As a leader, as an educational leader, be reliable. Uncertainty, be trustworthy. When things are complex, be direct. Don't beat around the bush, just be direct. Ambiguity, be understandable. Clear, plain, simple language. Things are already not clear, ambiguous. So our communication needs to be very clear and simple. And then what I did, I mapped it with what coaching can do. Coaching promotes responsibility and accountability. Coaching promotes trust and respect. Coaching allows for honest and direct feedback. And coaching provides for clarity. And that is why coaching is important right now. This is John Maxwell. I'm a student of John Maxwell as well. I'm a certified trainer for John Maxwell as well. And some of y'all would have come across this, the 5 levels of leadership. Level 1, people follow because they have to. Number 2, people follow because they want to follow you. Level 3, if people want to follow you because you're doing so many great things in the organization and they see you contributing, wow, I need to follow this person. Level 4 is people want to follow you because they see that by being under you, they are developed. You are developing them. And that's why they want to follow you. And level 5 is pinnacle. People want to follow you because of you are. Why are you, if people are, why are you following Sunny? Because Sunny is. That is the pinnacle. And John Maxwell always says, to be a great leader, we need to continuously develop leaders. You are not a leader if we are not developing leaders. So again, coaching helps us in the process of going from level 1 right until level 5. And we will again go through some of the points here. Okay. I'm just going to go and, okay, can everybody just think of one word that describes why goals are not met or individual fails to perform? Just think about one word. Yeah, just think about one word. Why do people fail? Why people cannot perform? And when we talk about performance, we are talking about competencies. So what is the component of a competency? I want to be a good lecturer. So what is the competency of a lecturer? So when we talk about competency, there are 3 things involved. One is the knowledge. Number 2 is the skill. And number 3 is the attributes, or sometimes we call it the attitude, simply. So think about that one word. Okay. And then where would you put that word into? The 3 baskets: attitude, skill, or knowledge. Throughout the years, this is our basic, average. People fail to perform or achieve goals, personal goals or your organizational goals, 65% because of attitude, 20% because of skill, and knowledge, 15%. So this shows that people have got the knowledge, people have got the skill, performance is not there, performance criteria is not met because of individual's attitude. And what is attitude? It's your belief system, the way of being. Yeah, your belief system, the way of being. And this is, I saw this and I thought this would be great. When attitude is changed, thought is changed. Thought is changed, behavior is changed. Behavior is changed, action is changed. Action is changed, results are changed. So it all starts, okay, it all starts with the thought. Now, coaching helps us, triggers for us to think. The world we have created is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. So in terms of growth, we need to change the way we think. And this is where coaching is powerful, because it triggers us to think. I like this guy, Honda, the Honda cars, the Honda company. Action without philosophy is a lethal weapon. Philosophy without action is worthless. So what is a coaching philosophy? This is my own words. A coaching philosophy is the way of being, talking about the attitude of it, yeah, that guides the coaching process to help coaching clients. In this case, in our schools, it could be your lecturers, and it could be also students, right? So in all the education institutions that I have been sharing coaching, they are doing a great job by coaching students. In one of the international schools in Malaysia right here, students are coaching students. Yeah, I've been talking to Sunny, God willing, we will go towards that, yeah, where we create a coaching culture in your institutions, in your educational institutions, to achieve their goals and objectives. So the way of being as the coach. So what is that? So what is coaching? Coaching comes from this horse carriage. There's a small town, a village in Hungary called the Coach. In the 15th century, if you want to have a high quality horse carriage or coach to be constructed, to be made, you go to this particular village. So coaching, like what people say, it does not come from sports. This is one of the research that I found, that the origination of the word coach. So what does a coach do? Sometimes now we got railway coach, we got buses, we call them coaches. Yeah, vans, tourist vans, we call them tourist coaches. So what is the role of a coach? To bring you from where you are to where you want to go. Where you are to where you want to go. You hire me as a coach, I will bring you from where you are to where you want to go, not where I want to go. So coaching is not teaching, coaching is not therapy, coaching is not telling or yelling, coaching is not mentoring, coaching is not consultant. So if we want to look at how we develop others, that's the business that all of us are in, including all those participants who are here. We are in the business of developing others. These are the various processes or approaches we have. from instructor, teacher, lecturer, consultant, trainer, mentor, facilitator, coach. Now, please remember that the instructor is no less than a coach. It's the different roles we play. Some of them I'm getting an echo. I'm not sure why. So anyway, so, okay, it doesn't mean that the coach on the right-hand side is better than the instructor. No. It is the role we play. And as a guru, as a teacher, as a educationer or educator, we play all these roles. You're not, if you're a teacher or lecturer, you will play consultant's role. You will play trainer's role, mentor, facilitator, and coach. Now, the difference between the left-hand side and the right-hand side is, the left-hand side, from mentor towards the left, is more of content. You need to be a content expert. You need to be a subject matter expert. Whereas a facilitator and coach, you don't need to. Interesting, right? And by the way, first ever outside the, Hungary, the coach, and I was talking to you about, the first time ever used was in Oxford University. The educators like you use the term coaching first. How did they use it? They say that the students are coaching to meet their tutors. So they use the coach to go and meet their tutors. And somehow or other, the whole thing turned around and say the tutors are coaching the students. And that's how some of the history. So all of you as educators and educational leaders, you started using the word coaching first before anything else, before anybody else. Okay, so on the left hand side is content, and on the right hand side is enabling. Enabling means you don't tell them what to do. Okay, a simple analogy: a coach will encourage and support you in driving the car. A counselor will listen to your anxieties and explore what could stop you from driving the car. A consultant will tell you how to drive the car. A mentor will share tips about driving cars. So mentor shares their experiences. So we all in our organization, in our institution, educational institution, in the family, in the community, we play all these roles. So when we play that certain roles, we need to know how to play the role. And that's why I'm here to share how do we then use coaching. The International Association of Coaching, they define coaching as a transformative process for personal and professional awareness, discovery, growth. Three important words. Please remember this: awareness, discovery, growth. So when we coach our students, when we coach our colleague, our teachers, our lecturers, when we coach them, we need to get them to be aware of what they want, aware of their room for improvement, aware of what they want to achieve, and then get them to discover using coaching processes to unleash the potential, to get them to discover how do I grow to achieve the goal that I want to achieve, or the person to achieve. And that's what we call it. The International Association of Coaching really emphasizes on these three important words. So what is coaching? This is from Coaching for High Performance. Help individuals define desired outcomes. Help individuals to create awareness of the options open. Help them to take responsibility. So these are some of the key words. In essence, they're forward-looking and goal-oriented. Just want to give you, when we develop people in higher education and institutions, for me, I believe that we must always have an eye on what's happening in the industry, what's happening out there, because we are developing individuals to fit that current industry culture or the organizational culture. And I believe that all educational institutions, this is my personal opinion anyway, all educational institutions needs to constantly monitor what's happening outside there so that I can prepare my students to fit that culture. Google internal studies analyze more than 10,000 managers. Coaching is one of the 6 key managerial attributes. Is there a difference between Google and your institutions? No. We all are dealing with human beings. We all are dealing with younger generation leaders, students. We all are dealing with people who want to achieve something. Grab is like Uber. Grab took over Uber in the ASEAN region. And we were blessed to create coaching culture in all these countries in this region, from Vietnam to Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, all the ASEAN countries. We are, since 2018, we are developing coaching culture for these companies. Harvard Business Review, in the face of rapid disruptive change, many firms are moving towards a coaching model. And respected moderator earlier said, in this current COVID thing, we are not sure, we are not clear, we are in VUCA environment. Guess what? Globally, the demand for coaching is increasing. The demand for coaching conversation is becoming more important throughout the globe. I hear this from my board of governors. I hear this from my exco as well. These are some of the benefits of coaching. I'll just go through. As I said, I promised you that I will pass the notes to all the slides to you. Yeah, clarifying vision, accepting feedback. Yeah, challenging new methods. But most importantly, you can see the vision is clarified. Goals are clarified. So if you're leading a class, if you're leading a department, if you're leading an organization, things get much more clearer when you get involved in coaching, meaning someone is coaching you or you are coaching someone. This is our local research. Out of 300 people that we train, and we say, what's happening? Why is it coaching is so great? What's so great about coaching? This is what happened. When I talk about client, it means the person who's receiving coaching, right? So self-improvement, individually, impact on individual, 50%. Then comes solving problem and goals clarified. Client experience, those who receive coaching, they have better clarity, they're more solution focused. Contentment, they feel comfortable, satisfied. Another for me, another important, it triggers thoughts for us to think and reflect. I've been telling even in the ministries here, Ministry of Education, I was talking to all the directors last year, and I've been sharing this with Captain Jones and our participants in Liveway. We're saying that please do not tell people what to think. Teach people how to think. If we continuously teach people what to think, when we are no more there, we will be creating a generation of non-thinkers. They'll be waiting for orders. Because why? Because they don't want to think. And leaders get burnout because of this, because you constantly want to provide solution. Every time somebody comes to you for some solution, and some people, I'm one of those culprits. I love when people come to me and look for solution. I feel great. Oh, I can give you a solution. But the drawback is they don't want to think. Even from small problem, everything they come to me, I get drained out. When I get drained out, I'm completely useless for myself and as a leader to the people that I serve to lead when I get drained out. So coaching helps in that process. To the coach, whoever is using coaching, if you're an educator, if you're using coaching tools, you understand the process, the content. Remember, I talked to you about the philosophy of coaching. It's also you understand the process, how to master the tools for coaching. This is, I'm sharing this in an MNC because this is, we are proud of the research that we have done, creating a coaching culture. But can you see, 47% in an impact on the person, personal and professionally. And then come skills, and then come impact on business. So individuals get inspired and motivated. Feedback from leaders. Leaders who are coaching, even the leaders who are coaching, using coaching tools, they themselves transform. Meaning there was an impact on their personal life while they are coaching others. Of course, skills and impact on business. Why coaching works. and you know why coaching was came from appreciative inquiry. It came from a positive psychology. And in learning, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with these theories, learning theory. Because if we want to change behaviors to perform differently, learning needs to happen, right? So these are the learning theories that support the coaching process. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into this, yeah? Basic coaching tools. Simple tools can be very difficult to practice. Asking open-ended questions rather than asking close-ended questions. When we ask close-ended questions, not much to think. Is it raining? No. Have you had your lunch? Yes. You know what I'm trying to say? And then you can see the word why. I like to tell leaders or share with leaders that if possible, reduce the why question. Because when you ask the why question, people go on a defensive mode. Why are you late? I don't know about where you live, but in Kuala Lumpur, for 40 years, why are you late is traffic jam or the motorbike, the tire punctured. Because what happens is, because they're scared of you because you're a leader, yeah? When you ask the why question, first they give you reasons. Okay, fine. They run out of reasons, they give you excuses. Then they run out of excuses, guess what they will be doing? They will be lying creatively. So we need to ask ourselves, are we continuously creating creative liars in our organization? Sorry to be blunt. But you know what? When I ask leaders, now I know, Shan, I know why people are lying. Because the why question need to be used at appropriate space, yeah? So I'm just going to go to the open-ended questions, yeah? Listening. There are 3 levels of listening. Here, Stephen Covey, most of us, no, I'm again, you know, I'm talking about myself. Earlier, whenever somebody is talking to me, I will be listening to reply to that person. Not to listen and to understand that person. That was my biggest mistake. And then I said, I don't know what this person is doing. We have got communication problem. The reason we have got communication problem is we are not listening to each other. We are continuously waiting to reply that person as that person is talking. Level 1 listening. Level 2 listening is listening to what has been said and clarifying with that person. That is a wonderful start. And level 3 listening is listening with your heart, sensing, listening to what has not been said. If Captain George asked me, he said, Shan, how was your project? How did it go? And if I tell him, oh, Captain George, it's okay, it went well. Do I sound confident? Absolutely not. I don't sound confident at all. Right? So listening to what has not been said, and we all are good at it. As a parent, we know whenever our children talk, we can read in between the lines, as they say. That is level 3 listening. Powerful for coaching. Chinese character for listening, wonderfully written. The character pronounced as ting, ear. Listen with your ear. Listen as if you're listening to a king. Your body posture, focus with 10 eyes, as if you got 10 eyes, focus in one single direction and listening with your heart. This is what I call sensing. Clarifying. Whenever, don't take for granted that you understand what the person is saying. If the person is saying, I think I did well in teaching the students, what is well? Because your well and his well will be different. I think I'm going to do this, or when we talk, right? When we talk to another person, I think the next time when we do this, I think we must make it better. And everybody's happy. But what is better for you and me can be totally different. And that's why we need communication tools like reflecting back. Is that what you mean? Summarizing. Some people talk, and talk. We need to summarize. All right? And paraphrasing. Saying it using different language, different words, but meaning the same thing. Right? These are tools for clarifying so that constantly our communication is rich. Yeah, this is to summarize what I just said. Silence. I love this. Those who don't understand your silence will never understand your words. Sometimes when we ask questions, when we talk to people, when we ask questions, and when they are in a silent mode, we cannot take that silence. We want to break the silence. How do we do it normally? I mean, how do I? Those days, what do I do? After asking the question, can you please tell me what is your goal? The minute there are 5 seconds gap, I'm not patient. No, can you please tell me what is the goal? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You stack 3 or 4 questions and the poor coachee or the client or the student doesn't know which question to answer because we are not respecting silence. So silence is important. How long? My benchmark, wait for 21 seconds and then ask, do you want me to ask you a different question or do we want to move on? Because sometimes your question can be so sensitive in a coaching context, they are probably not ready to answer because trust and respect has not been developed yet. Validating, look out, because sometimes people are doing well, doing something good, but because our mind sometimes is trained to look only for faults, we don't see the goodness in another human being. So listen to what you can validate and compliment them on. And they said, oh, I failed in this project, but I know where, what I need to do next. Compliment. And I would say that, well done. At least you know what to do next so that the same mistake does not happen. Validating. Yeah. And that is very, very important for human beings. Yeah. Who doesn't like to be validated? This is a simple model for growth. There are a lot of videos on the YouTube you can watch. All right. I just want to go one by one. What is growth? What is G, goal? Okay. In a conversation, what do you want to achieve? If a person comes to you and say that, boss, I think I've got a problem here. I don't think, I don't think we can continue with the project. Don't go and ask what's the problem. I would probably ask, so what do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? We'll talk about solution focus later, but goal, yeah? Talking about what you want to achieve. Reality, remember the IAC's definition, awareness, discovery, and growth. So in reality is, where are you right now? I want to, let's say, I want to be a better head of department. Okay, what is head of department for you? We are clarifying, right? Okay, if that is a perfect scenario, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? So they need to know, just like a coach, if you hire me to drive you in a tourist coach, you want to go from Bangalore to Chennai, and you ask me, Shan, bring me to Chennai. I say, Chennai where? I got to be very, very clear where you want to go, right? And then where to pick you up from. The reality, where are you right now? And then I can bring you and I'll ask you which route you want to take. And then I will bring you way forward. So this is goal. What do you want to achieve? And the goal must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. Reality. What is currently happening? And that's why in COVID-19, let me finish this. I'll share with you a story. Options. What are the options we have? These are all by asking open-ended questions. Okay, open-ended questions and making people think. Because your answer might not be suitable for them. And the worst, I mean, sorry to use the word worst, but forgive me for that, is to say, you know what? When I was your age, when I was a young lecturer like you, when I was a student like you, I hope, please, we do not use that when I was. Because when you were, things were different. So rather than saying that, asking them what options do you have? And I'm telling leaders, please accept the younger ones probably know more than you. Please accept the fact. The reason is because those days we did not have much knowledge, no place to look for knowledge. So whenever your source of power as a leader is knowledge, When you have the knowledge, you are the leader. But knowledge is now everywhere. Uncle Google can help them in anywhere, everywhere. So leaders, rather than telling people what to do, let's start facilitating. Be a facilitative leader. Be a coaching leader. Accepting the fact that they have got the wisdom. Our role is to unleash their potential. Bring out the best from them. Way forward. Asking them, okay, I'll go and look for somebody. Let's say, for example, it's a project. I think I'll go and talk to the Ministry of the District Department of Education and to find out where I can get the resources. We shouldn't be letting them go. Who do you want to meet in the district office? Have you got a name? No. How can you get the name? How can you find out? So before they leave you in that conversation, they must be very, very clear what they need to do. Okay. Solution, focusing on the solution. Problem talk, create problem. Solution talk, create solution. Again, a lot of research has been done in this area. When people come to me and talk about problems, I'll be there, but I will not pay attention to the problem. I always ask that question, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to achieve? No, sir, the problem is, I say, no, what do you want to achieve? I'll probably ask 3 or 4 times and then they realize I don't want to know their problem. There are places like, say, the bulb is not working, so you go and look of the problem. And when you go in the journey of looking for root cause of the problem, that is not a coaching role. That is a role for counselors, role for therapists, psychologists. For us, let's go and look for the solution. As coaches, yeah, as leaders, ask them, where do you want to go? What do you want? This is solution focused versus problem focused. Focus on the future. Problem focus is focusing on the past. Focus on the resources. Don't focus on what we don't have. Focus on what is working. Don't focus on what is not working. Presence, absence, possibility, hindrance and obstacles. I know that in Kotler's strategic thinking model, strategic process, they always, even in SWOT analysis sometimes, you want to achieve this goal, and then they ask, one of the process is, what are the problems that you think that you will face in going to achieve your goal? For me, again, ladies and gentlemen, those kind of models are fantastic, wonderful for certain areas. But for me in coaching, I don't want to put the problem before anything. Because suddenly when you're there, the problem might not be there anyway. Yeah, why think? Why create that problem in your head? Because it can be very, very demotivating. Yeah, so I've done a lot of case studies, I've got a lot of stories. Why do not have to focus on problem, focus on solution. Focus on the changes. Don't waste time explaining. Yes, I'm not saying we are running away from the problem. The problem exists. We respect the problem. But move forward. Take action. Don't keep on defining the problem. Solution focus creates hope. Here is blame. And that's why 60 to 70% of all meetings, I don't know about your meetings, 60% we spend time on talking about the problem. And after talking about the problem, we are so tired because talking about the problem, being problem focused, sucks the energy out of us. And then we want to ask them to be creative and innovative to move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, it will not happen because people are all just can't, because the problem thing just brings them down, right? So this is something I think I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay. How many more minutes do I have?
We're out of time, Captain.
Okay, so I want to talk about some solution-focused stories. Okay, before we go for any Q&A, right? So solution-focused, yeah, one of the this is one of my students, right? This was in one of the countries in this part of the world. Yeah, the community wanted to provide education for children, and it was not happening. The reason is they don't have budget, they don't have funds, nobody is giving them the money. Now, my friend, I think Captain George knows him, Ronald, and he said, what are we focusing on? If you're focusing on no budget, no money, NGOs are not providing money, that is the problem. What do you need to focus on? What is your goal? We want to provide children with education. Go ahead and provide. Then they found empty houses. They had houses, then they started providing education before the fund and the grants came. Another one more interesting story. This is another, not India, neighboring country. The village, their source of income was from rearing chicken and selling it in the market. But every time the monsoon comes, the flooding happens, and all the chicken dies. They get drowned. So what were they focusing on? You know, we asked them what they're focusing on. They're focusing on the chicken. They're focusing on how to build the chicken coop higher. But they can't predict. They can't predict the level of the flood. So they're continuously focusing on the problem. Nothing changed. So the question is, what do they really want? Remember, solution focus is about what you want. And they said, actually what we are doing this is we want income for the village. Then why worry about the chicken? Change your mindset. Stop rearing chicken. Start rearing ducks. They came up with their own solution. They started rearing ducks. And guess what happened? During the floods, the ducks swim. You know, after the floods subside, you still have your ducks and you can still sell them in the market. This is solution-focused thinking. And that's what coaches do. You know, every time a person comes to you with a problem, ask them, what do you want to achieve? Yeah. So, in short, what I've shared with you is number one, what is coaching all about? Now, why coaching is important? Yeah. What makes coaching so important? All right. And I share with you some of the statistics. Yeah. Some of the statistics, research that has been done that shows the benefits of coaching. Then I shared with you the philosophy of coaching. And I shared with you the learning theories. And as educators, the learning theories, the support coaching. Then I shared with you the basic 5 tools for coaching. Questioning, ask great questions. Listening, very important for leaders, listen. And number 3, clarify, paraphrase, do paraphrasing, summarizing, reflecting. Constantly validate the people that you're coaching. Yeah, so these are the, did I say 5 tools? Yeah, questioning, listening, clarifying, silence, and validating and complimenting. Respect silence. When you ask a question, if the person is in the silent mode, doesn't mean that the person is stupid. Sorry for the word. The person is thinking. Some of us need more time to process. It doesn't mean that person does not know. Yeah, and sometimes when you force them, guess what happens? As leaders, they'll tell you what you want to listen. And we are happy because why? They tell you what you want to listen. And we will be working with data and information that is not accurate to make decisions. That's where the trouble starts. Thank you.
Thank you. Warmest greetings to each and every one of you from the Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. We've been waiting for you, Captain Dr. Shan Moorthi, and I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you so much. We've all been having problems with this internet connectivity, but it's a virtual, and we're learning to adjust and adapt in this new reality, in this new world that we have to survive now. So thank you so much for
a negative influence on the world, we can, I mean, what is the one person